Okay, Ganesh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, can you start your video, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Am I visible?
Uh, it's a very blur actually.
Just a minute, sir. Sir, is it? I guess it's issue with the camera or
Yeah, yeah.
something, or with the screen guard.
Okay, fine. ठीक है.
Yes.
Uh, okay, Ganesh, let's get started then. Uh, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Ganesh Nimbalkar. I have recently completed my bachelor's degree and currently pursuing master's degree.
Okay, that's it, or
Yes.
anything else? Like you have
Yes,
done.
sir. The bachelor's degree is of BCA, Bachelor's in Computer Applications, and currently pursuing master's MCA.
Okay,
And my key knowledge is on Java and uh, Python programming languages.
okay. You are a Python programmer.
No, sir, I'm actually a Java programmer, but trying to adopt new technologies, so learning Python also side by side.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Do you have any experience, or you are a fresher?
No, sir, I'm fresher, sir.
Okay, you are a fresher.
Yes, sir.
In which year you pass out your MCA or BCA?
Uh, 2023, sir. Recently passed out.
Okay.
2023 bachelor's degree and currently pursuing the master's degree.
Okay, then why you're applying for the job then if you're doing the masters?
Sir, the masters can be means it can be done side by side along with the job. So I'm looking for the job.
Part time?
The masters is also means I'm pursuing masters for the same reason.
Hmm. Fine. So what's the technology stack?
The technology stack is of a front programming knowledge of Java and in front end HTML, CSS, Spring Boot means Bootstrap and few Java ORM tools like Hibernate and frameworks like Spring Boot.
Okay, fine. So have you
Yes.
worked on any project?
In bachelor's degree, sir, I have done project for which responsible for the front end part, and in master we are going with a Python project, but not completed yet. So
You
that
are
is the
applying for
reason
the
means
job, na?
I'm going with Python also.
Listen, Ganesh.
What, sir?
Uh, you are
Yes,
applying
sir.
for the job at, let's consider applying for the job at my company, okay? Hmm. And I'm looking for the Spring Boot
Okay,
microservice
sir.
backend Java developer or the full stack Java developer candidate, right?
Acha, sir.
Correct. So I'm expecting the answers into that way only, into that perspective.
Okay, sir. I was actually not aware about that.
So what are you doing into this interview then? What you consider?
No, sir. I thought that the interviews on Java and means for Java full stack developer, same thing. But I thought you were asking in general, so I
Not
was
in general.
telling.
I'm asking for the full stack developer
Yes.
only, Java full stack developer. So have you done any project in full stack development like Spring
Of
Boot?
Java full stack development, yes, sir. We are. Yes, sir. I have used that, but the project is not completed yet. I have recently completed my course, so of course I will need some time, sir, to start that project. Means to implement the technologies that I have learned.
So
But till
what is the
now, only the
technology stack for that
starting
project?
website of this tool.
Tell me about the
That
project. It means what is
the
the
project
project?
is
What are the different modules?
project is Okay, sir. The project is means I'm planning to build a project of online shopping website for specific traditional wears. So like it will be it is like inspired from website like Manyavar. So the modules that I have planned will be of admin login, user login, and then validations for the same, and then a few other modules like payment and all. I have designed total 6 modules, out of which 3 will be accessible. Means all of the modules will be accessible by admin, but for user only 3 will be accessible. The user one, the payment module, and the sign up one.
Okay.
Means this is the structure that I have roughly designed in my mind to start building the project.
Even you have not implemented it.
No, it is not implemented.
So,
I have just
so do you have knowledge about the monolithic and microservices applications?
monoethical and microservices applications.
Yeah. So have you
No,
worked with the microservices in Spring Boot microservices?
no, sir. No such thing I have came across till now.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay,
Actually,
fine.
sir, I am a fresher. Yes, sir. Yes. Actually, sir, I am a fresher and have recently completed the course. So to implement all that, I should need some time, I guess, or I have to give some time to that things in practical ways.
Fine. Okay. Can you tell
Yes,
me
sir.
something about the Spring Boot microservices and all? What is Spring Boot?
Spring Boot. Spring Boot is a framework for a Java applications. It makes a connectivity or the code readability and portability of maintainability of codes is increased and managed by Spring Boot framework. The framework is based on IOC, so all the logical programming is written in a separate package and means the core business logic is separate from the UI part. So the maintainability of the application increases, and it also has the supports for ORM tools like Hibernate, and also the access to database and
Yeah, what is IOC?
all codes. Yes, yes,
What is IOC, Ganesh?
increases. Integration IOC. Let me recall, sir. Just a minute. Mm, Inversion of something. Just a minute, sir. Inversion of
Control?
control. Yes, inversion of control. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, I got it, sir. The inversion of control, it separates the business logic from the actual code logic. So the business logic it's written separately, and the UI part or the visible part to the
So
users is
IOC, what
separate
is
stored.
IOC?
Yes, sir. Inversion of control, sir.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Sir, I thought that is a theoretical concept that implements, I mean, Spring Boot implements that
So how it
theoretical
implements?
concept. Sir, it is based on
What is
IOC
Bean?
properties. No?
Bean. What is meant by Bean?
Sir, beans are like objects. It prefers a singleton, means it refers a singleton pattern. So every time a bean is created, only a singleton or a single package means it is a group of functions of object. It refers a singleton means only one part is stored, means only one, once it is created it cannot be means reinitialized in the object, so the efficiency is increased, and the bean contains the core logic that should be executed, and everything is managed by bean factory, means executions of that particular beans and configuration also, sir.
Okay, then what is auto wire?
What's up?
At that auto
Hello.
wire. What is meant by that?
Sir, at the rate autowired is an annotation used for auto wiring. Means if a derived class or a entity class Pojo file, we have to call a particular objects. We will use an at the rate auto wired annotations above that, and it will do the auto wiring of objects and call the same of one class to another class.
Can I call this a dependency injection or it's a something different?
No, sir. Dependency injection and auto wiring is different part.
Okay.
Dependency injection means the required dependencies that to run an means run an applications that can be managed in dependency injection. And auto wiring is that we just auto wires the object of one class to another class. Means like inheritance, but not exactly the inheritance.
What are the different annotations you used in your project?
Sir, multiple annotations like stereotypes annotations are used mostly. The stereotypes annotations like controller, component, service, and repository are used.
Okay. So what is at that component?
Sir, address component is written in the Pojo file where in which we have to make objects of that file.
Okay. Then what is at that bin then?
Address bin. Address bin refers to the object. Component makes or creates an object for our class, sir.
Okay. What is the difference between at that rest controller and at that controller?
Uh, Sir, address trace controller is a combination of response body and controller, and controller is a written on the file on which the file we have to make the controller part or the file that we want to declare a controller. We will use the controller annotation. It is a stereotype annotation, sir. And rest controller is not a stereotype annotation. It is a combination of response body and rest controller.
What is at that component scan then?
What, sir?
At that component scan.
Uh, Sir, never came across such a annotation.
Okay. At that Spring Boot application.
At that Spring Boot application. Is that annotation, sir? Never came across such concept, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me the different HTTP methods you used in Spring Boot?
Yes, sir. The different HTTP methods are get, put, post, and delete. Means do get, do put, uh,
Okay. Which
do delete.
method I'll use for the update
What, sir?
to perform the updation of any record? Which method should I use?
Yes, sir. For updation, technically you should go with do post, but you can also do the same things with other annotations.
Which one?
Do post, sir. Do post.
Do post.
Yes, sir.
Do post is a method. At the rate do post is an
Yes,
annotation.
sir. No, it is not an annotation, sir. It is a HTTP methods. So to update anything, you can go with post.
Then what is the use of put then?
Uh, Sir, put and post. Post actually it does not delete the previous parts, but put is for insertion of new things, and post is to for update the things.
And what about patch?
What, sir?
What about patch method?
Mm, Sir, patch method. I'm not aware of that
Okay. Once again, can you please tell me the difference between post mapping
difference.
and put
Yes.
mapping?
Sir, the post mapping is used when you have to update anything or of previous things, and put is for insertion of new things or new functionality, according to my knowledge, sir.
Very good. Okay. Do you know status codes?
Status codes.
Yeah.
Never heard of that concept, sir.
Okay. Then how you test the APIs? Have you
A-
developed any APIs? Endpoints?
Sir, APIs is tested from Postman. Means I use Postman for the same. The Postman is where we do the API testing.
Okay. What is meant by at the rate request body?
At the rate request body, it at the rate request body passes everything from JSON objects. Means it refers to the JSON objects.
And at the rate
Means in
response body?
URL a response body, the means the request body we use when we want to pass the JSON objects directly to an server, means or a URL. But response body, the sequence matters, and it is for means the sequence of the words and all matters in response body. When it request body, the we pass it as a JSON objects. Means JSON objects are referred in the
What is the entity?
annotations.
At the rate entity?
At the rate entity is written on a class level in controller file. So table is created, means for creation of table at rate entity is used.
In controller,
Creation
right?
of table database. Yes, sir.
In controller, we are going to write at the rate entity
No, components are component.
component.
Yes, sir.
At the rate ID.
It makes the primary keys of the and for auto incrementation also.
If I'll not give the at the rate ID,
Hmm.
is that okay or it will show any error?
Sir, while mapping or making any relation between tables, we have to make one column primary for which the reference table will get the reference. So, at the rate ID annotation is preferred to be used.
Okay. Fine.
Yes, sir. At the rate entity and at the rate ID. At the rate entity is written on a class level, and IDs can be written on the objects where we means on the code that to be
Do you have
executed
any
on that
knowledge of the BTO? What is meant by BTO?
BTO. No, sir.
You have not used any DTO in your project?
What, sir? Please recall.
DTO, data transfer object. Have you used?
Data transfer. No, sir.
Okay. So just list down the different packages you created in your project.
Different packages that I have created in project or controller. The first package was of component where the Pojo was created. Then the controller. Then came the service and then the repository file. These are the means four packages. Stereotype annotations were used, and I have made that packages.
Okay.
Yes.
How can I make a connection with data layer? I mean database. I want to make the connection with the database.
Sir, to make the connection with database, JDBC can be means was used, but we are going with the framework. So Hibernate ORM tools can be used for that.
Okay. To make a connection with the database, what are the different properties I need to set?
Sir, please recall your question.
To make a
Hello.
connection with the database,
Yes.
I need to write some configuration code, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So in which file shall I write the configuration?
Sir, hibernate.cfg file.xml, there is where the configuration is written. The configuration contains the URL and the password, and then the last line of HTTP DDL to auto that must be enabled to true. So these are a few things that are required for the configuration
You
of
haven't used application.property?
the property applications are. Just a minute, sir. Let me recall. Property. Yes, sir. The properties applications are show SQL, and one more thing was there in property.
Ganesh, I'm asking about the application.property file in your project.
No, sir. I am not aware of the such property file.
Hmm, okay. Then where you write the configuration code then?
Sir, configuration file is written in CFG XML file, sir, in app.java, sir.
You're talking about which project? It means I'm asking about the Spring Boot project.
Oh, sir, I thought it was related to ORM Hibernate questions.
The
So
project
in
RM.
Spring app
Hmm,
in
go ahead.
Spring the configuration and all was done in app.java, sir. Means XML file was used.
I think so. We have one application.property file. Into that file, we are going to add all the configuration things. Okay, fine, leave it. You can check it later on. Now, if I want to change the port number, where can I write that code and what is the uh, syntax for that?
Uh, Sir, for that the ORM tool that you are using, you have to go in config file, means service file. You can go and then you can change the port number.
I think so.
Typically, it will be like
Um,
double 3.06, but you can change according to your requirements.
so, Ganesh, have you configured your Hibernate ORM with Spring Boot?
Uh, yes, sir.
And how you had done that one?
The configuration of database with Hibernate, the logic was written in service file.
Mhm. Do you know the pom.xml file?
The pom.xml file was also was only containing. Means, sir, please recall, sir. Question.
What is pom.xml file?
Pom.xml file is where the configuration and the dependency part is written. Means the dependency that are required to run an applications are
What are the dependencies
means
you
used there.
used?
MySQL connector and there was one more Spring Core Spring MVC dependency.
Spring Web, Spring Starter project, Spring Starter.
What, sir?
I'm talking about the dependencies, different dependencies.
The different dependencies used in the projects are Spring Core context, then Spring MVC, SQL connector. Means these three that I have used in Hibernate core. That dependency was also used.
What is dialect?
Yes, sir.
What is mean by
What, sir?
dialect? What is mean by dialect?
Dialect? No, sir. No idea, sir.
Okay. So in Hibernate, what are the different annotations you used?
In Hibernate, sir.
Hmm.
Entity, ID, and then generated value. Then annotations for mapping like one to one and one to many to many.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Ganesh, that's it from my side actually.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. So what I feel about this interview, I'll tell you the feedback about your interview. Okay.
Okay, sure, sir. It was nice talking with you, sir.
But I feel you need more practice on the Spring Boot microservices.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, because I'm
Anything else from your side, sir?
yeah, that is what I'm telling you. Like the
Yeah.
HTTP methods, you have to try once again all the methods, right? You're giving the wrong answers for the put, patch, and delete. Okay. Hmm? And
Okay, sir.
if you have done any hands-on, then you should know what is my application.property file. That is the single file where we are writing all our configuration. Okay. You are directly saying you are not aware about that file. It means you have not done anything practically on a Spring Boot. Okay. Hmm?
Yes,
And
sir.
then what I feel personally, while I'm asking the questions, you are going to Google it. That's what I feel actually. Is that correct?
Uh, no, sir, that is absolutely not true. Because I'm sitting in the institute, so googling the questions in such a short time span is not
Because I
possible.
was hearing the keyboard noise.
Sir, it is from the fellow students that are sitting around me, so
Okay.
that I cannot
Then
do
that's fine.
anything of.
Okay, then that's fine. Okay, fine, Ganesh. Go for some more practice. Okay. Hmm?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.